Hey y'all, Michelle G here, Bendy Stitchy. Today is November 23rd. Don't ask me how or why, but November 23rd. And my pronouns are she, her, and this is my Flosstube. It's a video about mostly my cross stitch. I do have some knitting today, and then we also talk tarot cards and books and all of that jazz. So let's get started. I do use Notion, which if you don't have Notion, you absolutely should look into Notion. It's an online app and you can get it on your phone. I have both. They talk to each other. And my friend Nati made a Stitchy Notion template that keeps track of my stitches. She also made a Flosstube planner template that like imports information. They all talk to each other. It's amazing. Anyway, this is Flosstube 389. I've worked on 4 projects since the last time I saw you. I have 1 finish that's a finish inside of a bigger project. 1 start that's a start inside of a bigger project. You'll see what I mean in a second. And then 3 whips. 3 whips. So 5 projects. About 3,000 stitches, 2,981, give or take, on 7 stitching days for almost 17 hours, 16 hours and 50 minutes. So let's get started. My first whip, and I worked on this for... Oh, okay. Where's my needle? I worked on this for Stitching Monopoly. I had a finish. I started a new board, and on my new board, I just put Stitching Monopoly is the idea of Sammy J Stitches, and there's a whole rule book, and there's hosts, and it's all run on Discord, and I can put a link down below to the Discord. I do think the links expire in the Discords. But anyway, the gist of it is you make a list of 22 whips, you roll dice virtually to move around the board, and you buy properties, you pay rent, you do all the things. It's super cool. So my whip list for one of my boards just has 2 whips on it. It has 2020 Pandemic Sampler and Namaria Tapestry because I thought I'm just going to get good progress on these, right? And then for my other board, I had a finish, so I reworked that board, so it's just 2 whips. It's Hex Hotel and it's Zodiac. So I was like, that way I can finish not all 4 of these. I'm slightly realistic. That way I can finish some of these by the end of the year, right? Probably not. This is Namaria Tapestry. This is by Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery, and it is on a piece of 36 count red tail from Jessie at Mislaid Pages. And this is my memorial sampler for my uncle. And you can't really see it on camera, but I can see it. In here, in the tree, I put his initials. And it's just really subtle, and I put it in such a way that it just barely changes the pattern. But it's nestled in the tree. It says MJF. He passed away this February. I'm stitching it in 3 colors. This is DMC 3371. This is a Threadworx. I only have the number, and I don't have it here. And then this, the color I'm using for the baubles and that I use for his initials and that I'll use for all the Elvish is Treenway Silks. I think it's called Mumsford Wood. But I don't know exactly how much I stitched on this since at least 500 stitches because I had to buy a property. So I had his initials in, I finished this part of the tree, and then I put in some of the baubles. I did the swan's eyes in red. And the way that I'm doing this is I'm finishing it a page at a time. So this is a page, like a partial page, right? And then this is a page. It goes to about here. So the words are done on the page. I just have to finish these swirlies on the tree and then put the baubles here, and this page will be done. So that'll be a page finish, and then there's another page here, and then I'll move up. And I'm told, because I have many friends that have finished this, I'm told that the bottom part is very dense, so this middle section will go much faster. And then let me see if I can show you a picture of it. I mean, I have the internet at my fingertips, right? I can definitely show you a picture of it. So this is what it's going to look like when it's done. Right here. Namaria Tapestry. So you can see this bottom part really is the densest part. And then this part should stitch up quickly because it's words. This is a little dense again, and then the top part is fairly dense too. My idea for the 3 thing colorway came from my friend Megan, because she did a three color colorway. She finished hers a while ago, so we'll probably have to scroll way down. My interwebs are a little bit suspicious today, but let me see if I can find it. Oh, I don't know. Megan, when did you... Oh, here it is. Here it is. So Megan was my inspiration for the 3-color colorway. It's not going to be exactly the same, I don't think, because we chose our colors to go in a little bit different places, but look how gorgeous. So, rough inspiration. Beautiful. Beautiful. I can't wait to finish this. And then my idea, of course, originally, after I finished that one, was to stitch its companion, which was this one, which is under Namaria Tapestry, but then this is Elvish, or this, Namaria is Elvish, right? And then this is Dwarvish. And I stitched the Elvish one kind of in Gimli colors, and I was going to stitch the Dwarvish one kind of in Legolas colors, but let's be real. I have been doing a lot less stitching lately, so I am just going to rest on my laurels when this is finished, and if ever the Dwarvish one becomes a thing that I can do, then I will pick that up. But I have so many projects already underway that I just really don't see myself needing to go and dive into another BAP right now. And you'll see why. We'll talk about that in a little bit. So that is WIP number 1 that I worked on this past week. WIP number 2/finish/WIP number 3. Is that right? This next one I'm going to show you is a finish, a start, and a WIP inside of a bigger WIP. And you kind of got to see it when I gave you a sneak peek here. This is my XStitch the Rainbow Night Garden. This is my foray into the XStitch the Rainbow Night Garden Sal. So if you're not familiar with XStitch the Rainbow, it is a collaboration put together by Abby Topknot and Nuri at Shaded Stitchery. Ryan of Wild Violet Cross Stitch and Abby used to run it, but Nuri has come in to the team. And I think Arlene, Works by ABC, Arlene Cohen, also was part of the collab team this year. I was not part of the planning team. I just designed a piece. So there were 20 or so designs, I think a few extras because some people did freebies. And we use the same size, so they're all 60 by 60, and we use the same palette, the same 4 colors, and we all design on the same theme. So the theme this year was Night Garden, and so it's the Night Garden palette, the Threadworx Night Garden palette from XStitch the Rainbow, because Threadworx was our dyer. It all comes together, right? And I'll link the Facebook group down below so you can join in the Sal if you want to. This piece down here was mine, and I designed a border that you can also find on the Facebook group or on my Patreon. This border is a thread eater, though, I will warn you. I did not anticipate how much floss this border was going to use. I really like the effect it gives, but it uses a lot of floss. So we already have the theme, the floss dyer, the colors. We have everything that we need for this year. It always releases at market. So we have everything we need for this March's theme. I'm in. I'm so excited. When I tell you that I'm going to make my border simple, when I tell you that I'm going to make my border simpler this year, please believe me, I'm going to make my border simpler this year. I actually did this border and a much simpler border, and I chose the path of most resistance for mine. Of course. Have you met me? Anyway, the whole idea of how I wanted to put mine together came about because I have a fat quarter of fabric, and I stitched mine in the bottom corner. And I thought, I wonder how many of these I can get on one piece of fabric. Turns out 12. So you'll see mine is done. My finish is, this is Twilight Moon from Tiny Modernist. That's my finish this week. My WIP this week is Nightmare Garden from Abby Top Knot, which is right here. I just ran out of purple floss. And then my start this week is I Love the Nightlife from Pixel Pixie. So I made an order from Abby Top Knot and it is sitting in my P.O. box waiting for me. So today I will go to the P.O. box and I will finish this in true Flosstube fashion. I always have a finish on the day of my Flosstube. Not always, but very often. And then once I finish that, I'll work on this. And once I finish a color in Christie's, then I'll start Holly's. And that's how I always do it, is like I work the colors white, purple, blue, green, white, purple, blue, green, or green, blue, whatever. And then when I finish a color in one, I start on the next one immediately so I don't finish a piece and think like I'm done, right? Okay, enough explaining. Show us the piece. So here is my XStitch the Rainbow Night Garden Sal. And this is done on a 28 count Midnight Ride by XJu Design. So I am stitching this 2/2 and it is eating up the floss, I have to say. This year when I put out my design, I'm going to put it on 40 count because then I can do this same thing. I'm going to get another big old piece of fabric, probably another fat quarter, and I'm going to see how many I can get on there. So you can see mine is stitched. I just finished Cheryl's Moon this past fortnight. Isn't it pretty? I love this piece. So Cheryl's Moon is done, completely finished. Abby Topknot's Nightmare Garden right here is done except the ghost. I just have to finish that little blobby head ghost. It's so cute. I just have to finish that little blobby head ghost in purple and this is done. And then I started Christie's. And Christie's is my only one on here that has words. So I Love the Nightlife is going to be the title for this whole piece. I Love the Nightlife. And then it's this much fabric. And it's not going to take up all of the fabric. Like I'm going to have a little bit, I could not almost like not quite fit another row over here. But you can see like this, when I finish these 4, it will be 1/3 done. So I'm excited. I think this is a good idea. I can, if I concentrate, finish one a month, right? They're only 60 by 60. And I really do bust them out quite quickly once I start stitching on them. This right here, this floss usage with the borders represents 10 yards of white has been used up on this. Only 5 yards of purple because I didn't have a second skein of the purple. I only had the one Abby sent me. But the white, the blue, and the green I had in my stash. And then this is 10 yards of blue and green minus what's left on here. So probably like 7-ish yards of blue and green. I'm still trucking away on the blue and green. So what I like to do is I like to, and I stopped this for a minute because it was a lot of counting on the border, but I outlined it all, the border, with the green, except the top, because I wanted to make sure my inside was right. So what I will do now is, after the video today, I'll stitch a strand of blue, and I'll probably end up finishing. All I have left in the blue here is this mushroom, and then I have some back stitch that's dependent on the purple. So I'll probably go and stitch some of my blue flowers. See the blue flowers in the border? I'll stitch some of my blue flowers, and then I'll switch over to a green. And I think I can finish up the green in here because all I have is a little mushroom and some leaves on these plants left for the green. So then once I'm done the green here, I'll come over here and I'll bring this border up farther. And this border right here will be where Holly's owl goes. So I have waiting right now in my P.O. box 2 more on Abby Topknot, on Topknot Stitcher. She has 20-yard skein sets of these 4 flosses. I ordered 2 20-yard skeins, so I ordered 40 yards of each of these because I was thinking that's actually overkill. That's super overkill, right? Because if I'm done, I will have used probably 15 yards of white. My border uses a lot of white too, so it's cheating. I can't math this right now, but 40 yards of each of these should be plenty more to get me through. That would give me a total of 50 yards of white, 50 yards of blue, 50 yards of green, and 45 yards of purple. So I think I'm stitching 2/2 on 28 count, so a lot of floss use. But I bought 2 20-yard skein sets of the floss pack, and all of the patterns that I didn't already have. Except now that I'm thinking about it, I don't know if I was careful. I don't know if I bought Kathy Barrick's. I think I was careful. Anyway, we'll find out when I go to the P.O. box later today. But so you can see finish, whip, start inside a big whip. I'm counting each of these as a finish because if I wait and count it as only one finish at the very end, I think I'll get a little disheartened by the amount of time it takes me for this. But so my goal is to keep working on that. And then next year, I do want to do one per month. So I will make my purchases at market of the 12 pieces. And actually, if I'm stitching on a fat quarter with 40 count, I can get a lot more of those on there. So I actually don't know. I'm going to have to remath it. I'll remath it and we'll revisit it. But I'm stitching so much less now because I'm working out more. I hit 100 camps at Burn Boot Camp Eugene. I drank the Kool-Aid. It's great. I love it. I feel amazing. Amazing. My energy is so much higher. I do still love my coffee, but I drink less of it. I haven't changed the way I eat at all. I've lost 3% body fat and 1 whole point off of my BMI. I've increased so they do this thing, segue. They do this thing where they scan your body. Or they can. You don't have to do it. But when I started, I was like, okay, let me just rip the Band-Aid off. I'm going to do a body scan. They do the impedance scanning. I'm going to see what my baseline is and just go from there, right? Use it to track my improvement. So on August 15th, I did my body scan. Did I start at the end of July then? Whatever. On August 15th, I did my body scan and I was 39.4% body fat. And one arm weighed 4.66 pounds and the other arm weighed 4.7 pounds. It's weird. They can tell you like how much your limbs weigh and how much your trunk weighs. It's really cool. And those are the numbers I remember off the top of my head. So when I did it, and I weighed 161.9 pounds. So when I did it I did it on 11/15 because I thought, give yourself 3 months, Michelle, to like create a change. I had gone from about 162 pounds down to 155. So like 6-7 pounds of weight loss, but down to 36.4% body fat. So 3% body fat gone from a 27 point something BMI to a 26 point something BMI. And my arms though, this is the cool part. My arms went from 4.6 pounds and 4.7 pounds. I don't know which side which. Now they're both 5.11 pounds, but like the measurement around my arms is smaller. So I gained a half a pound of muscle in each arm. And I can feel it too. It's easier to lift things up and carry groceries and whatnot. So good job me. So that's all that to say, I'm stitching quite a bit less because that's an hour a day. Like the workout is 45 minutes. Maybe it's an hour and a half because I have to drive there, work out, drive back, recover for a minute because some of the workouts are really, really hard. But the thing I love more than all of the progress is the fact that everyone at camp is so nice. Everyone makes it easy to go and everyone makes it easy to come back. I'm the kind of person where if I have a really bad experience and like people are mean to me, I'll throw myself against that brick wall a couple times, but not too many, right? And people are nice. People are great. People are encouraging. People who have been going for years and who are absolutely ripped are like, this one woman who I have been admiring from afar for months because she is so on it and she makes everything look so effortless. Like she looks like she's working hard, but she can do all of the exercises. She's absolutely cut. She came up to me in class 2 weeks ago and she was like, "You're working really hard. Like you're doing a great job." And I was like, "Thank you." It's that kind of environment, right? And I've said that to other people too, but I feel like I have less clout because I have less muscles, which is not true. I'll work through that. Anyway, all that to say, I've been stitching less. So I probably shouldn't plan to start a whole bunch more stuff. So I might be doing a destash soon. Who knows? Speaking of stuff, let's talk about what I got. This is Happy Mail, the Happy Mail section. Oh, no, wait. Let me talk about my knitting. I did knit. So I have my sports ball shawl that I've been working on. I didn't knit on it a lot while my mom and my auntie were here because I was talking to them during the time that I would have normally been knitting. Oh, and my dark teal came a little unglued from its little ball here. So just find this back up. So this is the Memories of Juno shawl. And I bought the yarn in Changing Tides. I always forget the name of the shop. There's a cute little shop in Alaska in Juneau called Changing Tides. This is the Memories of Juno shawl. And Changing Tides had 2 or 3 different mini skein sets of this yarn. And my friend Steph and I both bought this mini skein set. The other one was like Aurora Borealis colors. Beautiful. And if you bought the mini skein set, you got the pattern. And this is what the finished shawl looks like. Mine's going to look a little bit different because I actually had some colors that coordinate with these colors really well. My colors were left over from my Dakir shawl, so I'm just going to make it bigger. No big deal. But here it is. So this past week, I call this my sports ball shawl also because I knit on it while I'm watching Rosie do sports ball. So I started down here with the light teal. That's part of the Memories of Juno shawl. This marbled one is left over from my Dakir shawl, which, I mean, like, how amazing is this? So you have the teal, you have this color, which is like a pinkish base that has teals and browns and darker pinks in it. And then you have this brown and this darker pink that pull right out of that. But these are Memories of Juno. This is Dakir, Memories of Juno. Right? So now I'm on to this beautiful charcoal color. And I think this was also a Memories of Juno color. I have to actually look back. Yeah, the charcoal is actually a Memories of Juno color. And then, so I have this charcoal. And then I will do this magenta, which is a Memories of Juno color. No, is it? It's not. Hold on. There were only 5 colors. The charcoal is yes, this is a Memories of Juno color. This pink one that I already did was not. This was a Dakir. I'm getting them mixed up. I'm not exactly sure. And then I'll do this, which is a Dakir. But you can see, right? Like it just pulls those. But then look at this. Memories of Juno. That's my last 4 colors. Isn't that wild? So it'll go like this. And I'll end with the dark teal because I started with the light teal. And someone suggested that that would be a good bookend effect. And I could not agree more. So that's where I am with my sports ball shawl. I'm loving it. It's going to be a lot bigger than previously planned. And my friend Steph is working on hers. I think she's also in this. I don't know where she is, actually. I have to catch up with her and see where she is. But the eyelets are just like wherever. And I love them. So I put them randomly into this light teal color. But then when I got to this confetti color, I started putting a row of yarn overs shortly after the beginning. And a row of yarn overs just near the end of the color. So I have like dual yarn over rows. Right? So it goes yarn over, color, switch, yarn over, and then it goes yarn over, color, switch, yarn over. The farther up the shawl I get, obviously, the shorter the sections are going to be because it's about the same amount of yarn for every one of them, and the rows are a lot longer. So I will probably eventually transition because I don't want it to be like all yarn overs. So I will probably eventually transition to color change, yarn over in the middle, color change, because the sections will be a lot. They should shrink down pretty low. So I'm loving this. It's super relaxing knitting. I don't know how many rows across or how many knits across it is because I'm not counting that. And it feels kind of nice to not count something. Even though there is an algorithm, Stitching Monopoly says that 5 knits equals 1 cross stitch. And I feel like that's about right. 5 plain knits equals 1 cross stitch. And then this is my leftover pink yarn from it. I take my leftover yarn and I wind it on my yarn winder, and I will eventually, maybe someday, because it's all the same weight yarn, make a scrappy sweater, I guess? I don't know. All right, now let's open this is my Stitchy Box Floss of the Month. I don't know what month this is for because I don't track. Oh, this has got to be December. It could be November. It could be November or December. So in Stitchy Box Silk of the Month Club, you get 4 silks each month, and then every 4th month you get a bonus. So your every 4-month bonus colorway of... Okay, let me focus and read this. This is September through December. So this is my December colorway. Starting this year, your every 4-month bonus gift is a special colorway of Flower Silk, first only available to Flower Silk Club members. The bonus colorway for the final 4 months of 2025 is called Macaw. If you would like to order additional skeins of this colorway before it is available to the general public, just send me a chat or an email. So first, let me show you the December colorways, because these are always beautiful and they always work well together. So this is the December colorway. I love gray, so I am here for this. This is Frost, Storm, Cherry, which is such a nice red. And this one is called Naughty List. It's got a little bit of Christmas colors and a little bit of coal in there. I love that. So Frost, Storm, Cherry, and Naughty List are your December. And I don't think I have any of those, actually. I have a very extensive Stitchy Box silk collection, and I don't think I have any of these. And then this is Macaw. So this is the, oh, that's so pretty. This is the exclusive Macaw. I just want to make this into an Assisi now. Right? One thing I have done, though, is I have submitted models to Just Cross Stitch magazine. So this, I don't know if I showed it before, and this one's a little crooked, and I just cannot uncrooked him. This is, I called it Yule Deer Assisi, but I think Just Cross Stitch called it Assisi Yule Deer. But this is Yule Deer Assisi. It uses 2 colorways of Threadworx. So this is, I think the dark is called Stepping Stones, and the lighter colorway is called Turquoise. And I stitched it twice, inverted. Also 2 different fabrics. So this is a 32 count pink from Witchelt, and this is an 18 count 18 count peony from Fiber on a Whim. It's one of my favorite fabrics. And if you get the Just Cross Stitch Christmas issue, it's on page 50. So page 50, Just Cross Stitch Christmas. I would do a flip through of this magazine, but it's really hard to flip through the ornament issues. And I'll show you why on my own. The reason it's so hard to flip through these Christmas issues is because to get as many ornaments in as they can, the chart is right there and the pictures are at the top. So it's me. True story, I was flipping through this magazine at Barnes & Noble last weekend, and I was like, oh, what's good? It's the Christmas issue. And I got to this page, and I was like, oh, that looks familiar. I forgot that I had submitted this, because you send them in, like, I finished stitching these in January of this year, and you send them in, like, I think they had to be there by April, and who remembers what they did in April? Not me, but there we are. I'm proud. I'm proud of it. The best way to flip through these is on the main pages. So each section, they divide it up into sections. Mine is in the Timeless Traditions section. So each section has like a cover page with all of them. And then in the preceding pages, there are the patterns of them. So I think she's quite striking. I like her. There's also... I'm sure someone will do a flip through, but there's also, this is called the Festive Tree. I really like this orange and cranberry one because I used to make those I used to make the ornaments with my grandma where we would take oranges and we would stick the cloves in them and then they would dehydrate themselves. I really like this one. It's just sweet and simple. And this one, the colorway, is that Satsuma Street? That's the Stitcher Hood. But yeah, I think good magazine this year. Santa's. Holly Jolly Santa section. There's also a section, I think I skipped past it. Hold on. Oh, here it is. It's called the Peace on Earth section. So there's a Yule ornament. This is from Sprouting Lupine. There's a Yule ornament, a Kwanzaa ornament, Hanukkah. And this one says Peace on Earth. That is a hefty ornament stitch. Yeah, just... I'm so funny. I forgot that I was in there. What's another section? Let me see. Oh, Winter Wonderland. I love this one. I love a little Christmas animal. So you got a fox, you got a reindeer, you got a polar bear, you got another reindeer. Oh, that's a moose. Just kidding. A family of bears, that floofy owl, cardinal, and then this is just lovely. I love this like woodcut kind of. Love that. Let me see who that one's by. I try not to have favorites, but I do love that one in this section. That one's by Wrought Iron Stitching, designed by Tracy Richards of Wrought Iron Stitching. It's called A Folkmas Holiday No. 2. So cute. And then there's a couple bigger ones, right? There's this little sampler. Cute. Uses some... Oh, there's this one, Sparkling Snowflake Trio by Arlene Cohen of Works by ABC. It's stitched on blue and it's done in white stitches with clear beads. Really striking, as we would expect from Arlene. This is cute. This is a cubey snowman, and there's instructions on how to make the cubes, how to construct the snowman. There's only stitching on one side of each, and then you just construct them. Or do you construct them, or you just glue them onto... Oh, no, you just glue them onto wooden blocks. That's really smart. There is a tree. So there's a bunch of ornaments, and then there's also bigger designs, too. North Pole Pals ornament set. There's 5 of them. This is pretty. It's called A Light in the Darkness. Little full coverage. Gift of Gingerbread. I guess I'm doing a flip through. Who knew? Impromptu flip through. I don't have that much left. Home with Yule from Handmade by Chrissy. Home is wherever I'm with Yule. Get it? Okay. And that is it. Then there's your stitch guide. And then at the end of every Just Cross Stitch magazine, they give you this. This is everything that's in the magazine and the page number that it's on. So there I am again. I'm the only one that used pink fabric? Come on now. Oh, there's a little gingerbread person in pink. There's a dinosaur. Hold on. Let's go to page 20. Oh, I missed the first. So the first section is called Child at Heart. Look at that. It's from Flossie Fox. It's a dinosaur. Prehistoric helper. Okay, I'll stitch that one. That's cute. So, just cross stitch. I'm in it. I did not buy a copy for my mom. Usually I buy a copy and send it to my mom. She was with me. I just showed her this time. And that was fine. So, okay. Last but not least, we have my giveaway. So last week I showed that I stitched the house from this onto my own spot sampler. And I am giving this away. So I had 4 people ask for this. And I'm going to ask my patrons to choose number 1 through 4. And as soon as they choose one, then I'll tell you who won this. Somebody will. and I'm looking for my next giveaway at the same time. So we are multitasking. 3. Helen says 3. So I'm sending this to AJ. AJ in Beaverton. Sweet. Got a lot of... Out of 4 people that entered my giveaway this past week, 3 are Oregonians. AJ in Beaverton, I'm sending this your way. Thank you. Thank you, Heather. I think there's a little bit of a delay on the filming, so I'll maybe edit that out, but I probably won't. Okay. Because I am verifiably crap at mailing stuff, and because Meg at the Witchy Stitcher gave away 20 memberships to Sage's Night Spirit Studio Patreon, I decided that my new giveaway thing will be, I will gift you a 1-month membership to a Patreon. So this week's giveaway is Night Spirit Studio. So I will have a Google form down below. Please fill out the Google form if you would like a 1-month membership to the Night Spirit Studio Patreon. I'll choose a different Patreon, probably once a month, to gift away a membership to. I'll always choose the level where you get the chart, right? So various and sundry values for this, but it will always be the level of the chart. This month, the chart is designed... This month, the chart is designed by Meg, the Witchy Stitcher. And actually, pay close attention to this, because I am going to end the giveaway, this giveaway. Today's the 23rd of November. I'm going to end this giveaway in 1 week. So wait, let me see. Less than a week. I'm going to end this giveaway on the 28th of November, because if you enter this giveaway because you want this chart, then I want to end it in time for you to get your prize, right? So I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to end this giveaway less than a week from today. So enter hurry fast. I'll choose a winner. I'll make sure you get your membership, and I'll make sure you get it in time to get this chart. Be patient with me. I've never done it this way before, but I'll do this on the first fortnightly video so that you can enjoy your membership. Actually, you know what? Lies. Let me redo. I'm going to give away 2 months to the person. I'm going to buy 2 months of a membership for you for this, because I want you to be able to get the November, and then I want you to enjoy a full month in December. So then the first video of... Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. We'll see what we do. I'm going to end it early, though. I'm going to end this in time for you to get this pattern. So that's the plan. Drop it down in the comments below if you like this idea and you want to participate. Drop me a comment down below. Whose Patreon would you love to try? Whose Patreon have you been yearning to join and just haven't had the funds, or haven't had the time, or haven't put your mind to it, whatever. Let me know, and I will put that person on my list of Patreons to support. This way I'm supporting an artist for a whole month, and you get good stuff. So I'm excited about this, and I don't have to mail anything, right? I just need your email address, basically, to gift you the membership, I think. So shout out to Meg, Witchy Stitcher, for the inspiration for that. Okay. That concludes... I'm checking my Notion. That concludes the stitching, knitting, giveawaying part of the video. I am going to move on to the books and tarot part of the video. I am not going to put a cut here because I don't like the amount of time it takes me to edit the videos that way. So I'm not going to put a cut. So I'm just flashing the tarot. If you don't like to stay for the tarot, then I appreciate you having been here, and I will see you hopefully in a fortnight. I think this pace is working out well. We'll see what happens when Rosie's sports ball starts up again for Sirius. It'll be probably more random, the filming, but yeah, we'll just see what happens. So I'm shuffling my cards to give you a chance to peace out if this is not something that you're into. If it is something that you're into, stick around. I am drawing from the This Might Hurt tarot deck. It's by Isabella Rotman. It's It's a very inclusive kind of on all levels deck. So I really like this one. And also the art makes me happy. Even the art on the darker cards, I like the cartoony style of it. And I love the box for this deck. I'm this close to buying a new deck because my friend Megan posted it and I was like, what is this deck? And she sent me a link and I read an in-depth review of it and damn, is it beautiful. But I think I have to maybe rehome some of my decks before I do that. So I'm still not getting any takers on trading decks, so womp womp. But I think I've traded with most everybody. Most everybody that does tarot, I think I already have a card from you. If I am incorrect, hit me up. We'll trade a card. But let's see what card today gives us. That's good enough. The King of Cups. The Old Man in the Sea card. So the King of Cups is all about, cups are about emotions, right? And the King of Cups is, I think of the queens of the deck as the internal expression of the energy and the kings as the external expression of the energy. So this King of Cups, it's a pretty choppy waters, right? But he's managing it. He is just calmly, happily, he's smiling. You see him smiling there? Just very serene, managing his environment. So he is so good at managing emotions and his own emotions as well, that he can externally manage emotions as well. So that's my interpretation of the king. I like the cups suit a lot because I run on emotions, but let's see what Isabella wrote. There are multiple views on how to read the King of Cups, but here's mine. Look at the water surrounding the king. It's tumultuous and stormy. In tarot, water represents emotions and the unconscious. This king certainly has a lot going on, but his face is placid. He's content. He's taking it all in stride. I drew the King of Cups as my grandfather. This is also why I like this deck, because it is very personal to her. A lot of times when she's describing the cards, she'll say, this card is so-and-so in my life. And I love that. I think that's so beautiful. I drew the King of Cups as my grandfather in a dinghy where we made many happy memories together. My grandfather has Alzheimer's. His short-term memory leaves him. He understands this situation, but does not fight it. He's aging with a grace and cheerfulness that I can only imagine. He knows he's loved and he's happy. The King of Cups shows true emotional strength in the face of difficulty. In this way, he supports the people around him. If you are the King of Cups, you are likely to be called upon to balance your emotions. Whether your choppy sea has to do with internal strife or outside forces, it is time to manage your feelings without repressing them. How can you listen to your unconscious without being overwhelmed by it? How can you best show compassion for your community while still taking care of yourself? I also love these cards and the stories that she writes in the book, because that really, for me, I feel like the story of her grandpa who has Alzheimer's, who's calm in this stage of Alzheimer's, is going to cement the meaning of this card for me. Because to have a degenerative memory disease and yet remain calm enough that the people around you are also not distressed, the people around you are also calm, is really, you are so in tune with your emotions and your ability to manage them, not control, but manage them, that you extend that grace to everyone around you. That's king energy right there. Gender inclusive king energy. So love that for me. Love that for this day. I don't imagine today as being a particularly emotional day, but we'll see. We're going to go see Wicked for Good after this, Wade and Rosie and I. So that is my card of the day. Beautiful. And then, oh, let me tell you, I said I love this box. So I love this box. So it comes with this, which is a box, like sleeve box for the cards and the deck. So the cards in the deck go in this like open sleeve cup of a holder. And then this holder goes in this, and everything is decorated inside and out with pomegranates. It goes in this holder, and that matches up. And then listen to this. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Not sorry. I should stop saying sorry. How satisfying is that? So it has a magnet on the bottom. And this is some of the artwork. Like, it's a very, like, I really like this deck. 10 out of 10. Recommend this deck. I get good energy from it. The readings are fun. I like it. All right. I finished a book, and I'm going to show you the Wikipedia page because I'm not going to show you the Amazon page. I finished a book called Uprooted. It's by Naomi Novik. Audiobook. It was like 17 hours or something. It was quite long. This is a book based on Polish folklore. She does a lot of Eastern European folklore books. The other one that I read from her is called Spinning Silver. Also good. I liked Uprooted more because it was high magic. The magic in this was great. It's about a girl called Agnieszka, and she lives in a village, and there's a magician that lives in her valley. He's called the Dragon, and every 10 years he comes to one of the villages in the valley, and he takes a girl. And Agnieszka's whole life, the whole village thought that her best friend Kasia would be the one that was taken because she was beautiful and she was brave and she was smart and she was strong and everyone loved her and blah, blah, blah. And then the dragon comes to the village, and spoiler alert, this happens in the first chapter, he takes Agnieszka. And it goes on and on from there. There's a wood, and there's a spirit of the wood, and there's every time you think you've got the story figured out, there's another layer underneath it. There's a little bit of a romance to it, but really I think the most important, most integral relationship in this whole book is Agnieszka and Kasia, which is what I loved. So this was a great listen. The narrator had a Polish accent, which to me made it feel more like I was listening to this story. Well, I was listening to the story, but it made it more feel like I was listening to the story from someone who would have heard it as a child and then retold it to me. So that was great too. I loved that. Yeah, I really like Naomi Novik's writing style, and I would read just about anything she writes. Now my current listen is called The Historian by Elizabeth Kostova. She wrote this in 2005. So I have had this on my bookshelf since probably 2006 in my TBR pile. It's a big, hefty, long book. It's like a 23-hour audiobook. I have 9 hours left and 9 days. I can do it. I know I can do it. This is a book about vampires. Elizabeth Kostova wrote this while she was a graduate student at the University of Michigan. She was a graduate student at the University of Michigan when I was an undergrad there. So that's why I picked up the book, because University of Michigan connection and vampires. Now that I'm into it, this book is amazing. It's not just about vampires. Like, since listening to this book, now I have to visit Istanbul. I have to go to Budapest. I need to go to, I'm pretty sure I'm going to need to go to Romania next, because that's the next destination for the characters. So like, and of course, like France, blah, 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 shmashman, whatever. I've always wanted to go to Europe. But the way that Kostova writes these places takes you there. And she writes about the place itself, but she writes about the people of the place. It's really captivating the way she writes people. And this book it's like all encompassing. It's like every vampire movie or myth that you've read, there's a little something in this book that ties, like all of the underworld movies with the Corvinus clan. The Corvinuses are in here. Corvini or Corvini, whatever. They're in here. The Turkish and Ottoman conquests that Vlad fought against, in here. The ties to the peasantry in Hungary and Romania, in here. Like, everything. I can understand why it's a 23-hour listen. I am fully enmeshed in this book. Like, I love it. It's told from 2 points of view. It's told from the point of view of a young woman who's searching for her father in modern times, well, in the present of the book, which is like the 1970s or 60s, it's told from a young woman in the present of the book searching for her father, and then it's told from her father's point of view 25 years earlier, who's searching for his mentor with a woman who's the daughter of his mentor, that his mentor never met his daughter. So like you have the young woman in present searching for her father in the past with another woman searching for his mentor, her father, and then you're reading about her father's discoveries from his letters. So it's like a multi-layer, and it's woven together so beautifully. 12 out of 10. Please pick up The Historian. I'm not even done with it. I feel really good recommending it to y'all. So that's it. That's all I got. Books, cards, purchases. I'm just reviewing again. Giveaway. It's all done. It's all here. I think that's all. I think I'm going to wrap my filming, and I think I might actually try to put my giveaways into envelopes and put stamps on them so that I could actually send them in a timely manner this time. So I think that's all I've got. Let me look at the schedule. I should be back the weekend of December 6th. I don't know. There might be a sports ball tournament that weekend. If so, I will not be back the weekend of December 13th. The planning of these things is getting harder and harder, so I expect that they'll become more sporadic, or to be honest, I expect that they will remain quite sporadic. So that's all I've got. So, I am terrible at saying goodbye on these things, but goodbye. I will see you in 2 weeks, probably. That's the plan. Still waiting on the sports ball schedules to come out. So, but until I see you, just stitch on whatever you want. Drink some water because you're probably dehydrated. I need to drink some water. I'm dehydrated. And I'll see you when I see you.